All right, Shalom. Want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kodash Rakah. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone, and blessings to the elect. It's the brother Yatazak from the Great Millstone, Dallas, camping in transit on my way to the Shaddai, the plantation. And yeah, man, just wanted to get into a couple things, humbling ourselves and coming as little children. You know what I'm saying? You got guys that come into this thing and they want to use their world famous Negro quote, "I'm a grown ass man." You know what I'm saying? And you hear it so much, and you see their behavior so much to where they really think that, it's okay. You know what I'm saying? To be disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? To be niggas. First of all, if you're a grown ass man, you should know how to conduct yourself around other men. And it's a respect thing, man. How much more in this truth? But you got these dudes that are talking about, I'm a grown ass man and I ain't gonna do this and I ain't gonna do that, but they talking about they in the spirit. And I just don't find that to be an accurate statement. You know what I'm saying? Once you get the understanding of what these scriptures is really talking about, man, the more you know, the more humble you're supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? But especially coming in, you gotta be humble, man. You're not a grown-ass man if you was born again. You see what I'm saying? If you was born again through the spirit, you starting over from scratch. Yeah, in fleshly terms, yeah, your body is of age. You have seen some things. You have done some things in your flesh. So you have that experience. I get it. I totally get it. Hell, I'm 38 years old. I done seen and done a whole lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? But according to this truth, I'll be 10 this year. You know what I'm saying? And I got a 10-year-old son. And he ain't got it. He knows some things, yeah. He knows some things that a 10-year-old would know, of course. Yeah, that makes sense. But at the end of the day, he's 10. I'm 38. So, you got the apostles and elders of Great Millstone from Apostle Tahar on down. That's he's over 30 years. Apostle Gabar is is almost 27, 28 years old after being born again through the Spirit. Apostle Rakah, 26, 27 years. Apostle Aram Lab, 25 years. So they are actually grown in the Spirit. You know what I'm saying? As a man being born in this world, in this flesh, and living, they live their lives, but they, after being born again in this truth, you know what I'm saying, you start over from scratch. So you can say you're a grown ass man all you want to, but that means you just don't have an understanding of what's being said in these scriptures, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's get I'm gonna get Matthew 18. I'm gonna get Matthew 18 real quick.
Arriving, Green Line, train 2, Buckner Station. 2 cars. For your safety, please stand back.
This is Matthew chapter 18, verse 1. It says, at the same time, the disciples came unto Yahushua, saying, who is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven? And Yahushua called a little child unto him, and set him in the midst of them, and said, verily I say unto you, except ye be converted. You know what I'm saying? Let's get that word converted real quick. We look our words up, man. Look those words up, brothers. Like the Apostle Elder Gabar always say, man, look those words up. Well, all the apostles say it, but Okay, that word converted is strifo. It says to turn around, to turn oneself, turn to the back to one who no longer cares for another. Metaphor, to turn oneself from one's course of conduct. Okay, that's the one that makes the most sense. To turn oneself from one's course of conduct, to change one's mind, pursuant to Ephesians chapter 4, where it talks about putting off the old man. When you put off the old man, you know what I'm saying, you're being born again. You have to kill. When you mortify your members, when you kill yourself spiritually, you give up all those things that made you wicked. You give up all those things that you understand through the laws now. all those things that you understand through the law, statutes, and commandments, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, all those things that made you wicked in his eyes, you leave those things off, you know, and you born again a new creature. The scriptures go in on the precepts about being made a new creature. When you made a new creature, you know, once you understand what the Heavenly Father is about and what is required of us, and you do those things to the best of your ability, you are becoming a new person. You are becoming a new man, you know. So from the point that starts to where you actually have the understanding and you being held accountable for it, and you holding other brothers accountable for it, from that point in time, that's when your birth started, your spiritual birth, you know. So enough with all, I'm a grown-ass man, you know. I mean, if you think you're a grown-ass man to where the spirit don't apply to you, then, hey, we're going to see what happened with a nigga like you, you know. But we're going to, we're going to keep reading. We're going to keep reading. Yeah, man, it ain't about being a grown-ass man. That's what I'm saying. And even if you are a grown-ass man through the spirit, like the apostles and elders, man, the things that Jake be getting caught up in, and the thing that make Jake lose theyself, the apostles and elders done already seen all that, so it don't bother them. You know what I'm saying? You make a video on some people, man, they finna lose their fucking mind, man. You know? But then when you make a video talking about the apostles and elders, shit, they just make 100 more videos edifying the people. So just think about it like that, man. You know what I'm saying? The apostles and elders, for every parody video or anything like that to come out about them, look how many videos they come out flooding this internet with truth. Do they seem to be fazed by that? It's because they have seasoning. They grown-ass men. You know what I'm saying? According to the spirit. You know? Grown-ass men.
Arriving, Green Line, Train 2, North Carrollton, Frankfurt Station. 2 cars. For your safety, please stand back.
You know what I'm saying, man? And then you got it to where you got people that think that that humbling yourself is an easy thing. Humbling yourself ain't an easy thing. That's why the Most High will humble you. You know what I'm saying? The men of the Lord have been humbled by the Heavenly Father in whatever way the Heavenly Father saw fit for that man to get on the right track, man. You know what I'm saying? To be 30 years, 28 years, 27 years, 25 years in this thing, man. You have to be humbled. You have to be humbled by the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai to be able to endure. It's the only way, you know? And it says,
Green Line, Train 2, North Carrollton, Frankfurt Station. 2 cars. For your safety, please stand back.
oh man, straight up confusion, man. Hey, you gotta get it in though, man. You gotta strike while the iron is hot, brothers. You know? Yeah, man, you gotta strike while the iron is hot, man. But yeah, man, it says, and verily I say unto you, except you be converted, meaning turn back, meaning be born again and come as little children. It says, ye shall not enter into the kingdom of heaven. It says, whoso therefore shall humble himself as a little child, the same is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven. So it's gonna be a transition, you know? And we have to understand that transition. If you don't understand that transition, you're gonna fall by the wayside, man. You know, you talk about you a grown ass man. That means you haven't humbled yourself, man. You know, I'm gonna get a quick example. Yeah, I'm gonna get a quick example. I'm gonna look up Nicodemus. Yeah, we're gonna look up Nicodemus because Nicodemus had understanding. He had understanding. In the flesh, but according to the spirit, he didn't. You know what I'm saying? And that was the difference between him and Yahushua. It was obviously a difference between Yahushua and Nicodemus, right? Who had the better understanding? You know what I'm saying? Not to say that Nicodemus didn't know nothing. He just didn't know nothing according to the spirit, the way Yahushua knew it. And that's the disconnect between the prophets and the people that don't want to hear or forbear. This is John chapter 3. It says, there was a man of the Pharisees named Nicodemus, a ruler of the Jews. The same came to Yahushua by night and said unto him, Rabbi, we know that thou art the teacher that come from the Most High. It says, for no man can do these miracles that thou doest, except God be with him. It says, Yahushua answered and said unto him, verily, verily, I say unto thee, except a man be born, he cannot see the kingdom of the Most High. Be born again. he could not see the kingdom of the Most High. Let's see what born again come up with. Okay, they got two separate words. All right, to be born, we got metaphor. Okay, here we go. B. It says in a Jewish sense, they going off on that, but it says of one who brings others over to his way of life to convert someone. You know what I'm saying? Going into being born. You know what I'm saying? It says and the Most High making Hamashiach his son, you know, and the Most High making men his sons through faith in Hamashiach's work. You know what I'm saying? So you being converted from the ways that you was doing before you came into this knowledge to having faith on Hamashiach and the men that was set up. You know what I'm saying? So let's go back. That's the word for being born. You know what I'm saying? And it says to be born again. Let's go into that word again. You know, we're going to get all that meat. All right. Again, it says from above, from a higher place, of things which come from heaven or the Most High, from the beginning, from the very first. You know what I'm saying? Going back to the first fruits, man. Going back to the first fruits. Yeah, that's heavy, man. Yeah, anew, over and over again, being born again, man, being refreshed, being made anew, being made a new creature. You know what I'm saying? Being washed in the water of the word, aka baptized. Get it? You know what I'm saying? Now, with Nicodemus, it says, Nicodemus saith unto him, how can a man be born when he is old? Can he enter the second time into his mother's womb and be born? And that's the type of questions Jacob asked, man. Jacob asked a question. Jacob be done read a few scriptures, you know what I'm saying, get a little bit of understanding, you know. And then when he got he got a chance to talk to Yahweh straight up, and that's how he came with it. You know what I'm saying? It says, Yahweh answered and said, verily, verily, I say unto thee, except a man be born of water and of the Spirit, he cannot enter into the kingdom of heaven. You know what I'm saying? Being born again. You know what I'm saying? The Spirit and the water go into this understanding. You know what I'm saying? It says, that which is born of the flesh and that which is born of the Spirit. He said, that which is born of the flesh is flesh, and that which is born of the Spirit is spirit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's a difference. It's a difference between the two. You know what I'm saying? Like I said earlier, yeah, your flesh may be in its 30s. Your flesh may be in its 40s. Your flesh may be in its 50s, but your spirit is 5 or 6 years old. So it don't add up. So in the spirit, you know what I'm saying you a grown ass man, but your actions in the spirit show that you a little bitty baby and you need to be instructed. And that's all it is, man. That's all. That's where all of us are. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, what I'm saying. I'm almost 10 years old through the spirit. You know what I'm saying? So when one of the apostles and elders that's in their 20s and 30s give me instructions, I'm all over it. You know what I'm saying? I got a 10-year-old son. I see the difference, man. That's what I'm saying. That ain't no coincidence, man. That's the spirit, man. I got a son, and he physically 10 years old. I'm spiritually 10 years old, and I see that I need work through his actions and mine. You know what I'm saying? And it's cool. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we do need mercy, right? We do need to be delivered, right? So hey, you know what I'm saying? It says, marvel not that I said unto thee, ye must be born again. That's what I'm saying. Don't be tripping on that. Now you ain't got to go back in your mother's womb, man. Well, how the hell would you do that, Nicodemus? You big as hell. You know? You know, it make you laugh. You know what I'm saying? When you think about it. It says, the wind bloweth where it listeth, and thou hearest the sound thereof, but canst not tell whence it come from, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. The spirit is going to do what it do. Through the spirit, you got to have that understanding. You know what I'm saying? It says, and whither it goeth, so is everyone that is born of the spirit. You know what I'm saying? We just go with the spirit. We follow in the Lamb whithersoever he goeth through the spirit, man. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it ain't going to make sense to you the first time you heard it, like it didn't make sense to Nicodemus. You know what I'm saying? It says, Nicodemus answered unto him and said, how can these things be? It says, Yahweh answered unto him. He said, art thou a master of Israel and knowest not these things? So you can't be a master in Israel if you a dumbass. You see what I'm saying? And that's the point I'm trying to make. You know what I'm saying? And Nicodemus wasn't bucking up. He just didn't know. You know, and you're going to run up on a whole lot of that, you know what I'm saying, at the times we coming in, man. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have people that's going to come up and they going to ask good questions, and it's going to open up to a dialogue. And there's going to be some people that's going to come up like this with a question that you may feel is stupid. You know what I'm saying? Because he think he a grown-ass man, and then it might start off a little rocky, might start off a little rough. You know what I'm saying? But if the spirit working, he going to get that understanding. You know what I'm saying? It says, verily I say unto you, unto thee, we speak that we know and testify that we have seen, and ye receive not our witness. If I have told you, if I have told you earthly things, ye believe not. How shall ye believe if I tell you heavenly things? You know what I'm saying? And that's the difference. Yahushua was speaking heavenly things, and Nicodemus couldn't understand it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we doing. We speaking heavenly things. You know. And if the spirit allow these things to be broken down to you, it's gonna humble you, man. It's not gonna make you proud, man. You know what I'm saying? If you boast, you boast in the Heavenly Father and His Son. You don't boast in yourself. You don't get proud. You know what I'm saying? And that's the difference. We glorify Yahweh Shem Yahushua around here, baby. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. I just want to go into how you can have a little bit of understanding. You can have a little bit of knowledge, man, but you got to be humble with it in order for it to increase. You know what I'm saying? Yahushua knew more than Nicodemus. The disciples knew more than the wicked scribes and Pharisees. They knew more than the Sadducees, according to the Spirit. You know what I'm saying? What's that? Let me get 1 Peter real quick. No, I think it's 2 Peter. 2 Peter. Salaki, let me see. Okay, here it is, 2 Peter chapter 1, verse 19. It says, this is the gift that Yahushua gave to the disciples. It says, we have also a more sure word of prophecy, whereunto ye do well that ye take heed, and unto a light that is that shineth in a dark place, until the day dawn and the day star arise in your hearts. You know what I'm saying? And the reason I want to bring that out is because how much more the understanding that Yahushua had over Nicodemus. You know what I'm saying? He had that understanding. Therefore, he was able to speak to him the way he spoke. You see what I'm saying? So when you do come into this knowledge, man, you got to be able to try the spirits by the spirits, man. You be humble. The more humble you are, the more the Lord is going to increase you, man. You know, all that getting big headed and all that type of stuff, that ain't what it's about, man. All that I'm a grown ass man, jive time, turkey talk. Nah, man. I would say go on with that sucker MC madness, man. Nah, man, you ain't a grown ass man. If you sincere about this thing, man, if you truly been born again, ain't no way in hell you gonna be talking that I'm a grown ass man crap. You know, it don't work like that. You know. You should be happy to be considered one of the little ones of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, man. We are the little ones, man. We are the little ones. You know? So enough with the grown man, with the I'm a grown ass man crap.
Arriving.
You know what I'm saying?
Line. Train 2. DFW Airport Station. 2 cars. For your safety, please stand back.
Hey, that's my train, Akim. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah Barakathum, Ba'ashem Kodash Rakah. Double honors to the apostles and elders. Have great millstone. Peace and blessings to the elect. Shalom.
Arriving